let's see. Let me move this over here. And I want to make a few piles like this. And here. And here. Now, here's what I'll do. I'll give you this pile. Just shuffle those as much as you'd like. And I'll shuffle these. Well done. And I want to give you this packet and ask you to shuffle those all you'd like.
Sounds like the pressure's on.
And the pressure is on.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at me.
Well, let's see. You can never tell. What's interesting is in spite of all of that shuffling and all that cutting, which we both did, we still managed to come up with all 4 aces. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. But let's see if we can go a little further. In fact, this next part, I've always wondered what this would look like from the audience. So maybe we could change seats. So you'll stand here, and I'll sit here, and I'll watch what this looks like. I've always wanted to see this from the audience's point of view. Now, before you start, this is the ace of clubs, and I want to put it there. And that's the ace of hearts packet, right? So shuffle the ace of hearts packet all you want. There you go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Now, you're going to cut some of these cards onto this. Now, if you just cut 2 or 3, it would be completely different than if you cut a bunch. So whatever number you want, cut as many as you want right there. There you go. Now put the ace of hearts back here. Let's go. And shuffle that packet all you want. And cut as many as you want onto this one. And we'll do the same here. And shuffle that all you want. Now, if you'd have cut 1 card more, 1 card less, everything would have been different, right? Everything would have been different. Okay. And cut as many as you want. And pull the other one back. Well done. Well done. Okay, don't go away just yet, because that's fair, that's fairer, that's fairer, and that's, as the fairest of all, square those up yourself. That's pretty fair, wouldn't you think?
Yes.
Now, if I could find one more of those, if I could find one of those aces, that's like 1 and 52. If I could find 2, it's like 52 times 51. If I find 53, then it's 52. Let's see, it'd be, well, watch this. I do this. 1 card. 2, 3, 4. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if these turned out to be the 4 aces after all that shuffling? Yeah, it sure would. Oh, they're not the... Hey, even better. These are the jacks. These are the 4 jacks. You know what these are? These are indicator cards. That they indicate... I blew it. No, they indicate where the aces are. Right, every card has a value, right?
Right.
6 is 6, a 10 is 10, a jack is 11, right? It's at 11. So let's count down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Keep in mind, you shuffle all you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, wouldn't it be interesting if that turned out to be the ace of clubs to go with that jack? That turned out to be the ace of hearts that goes with that. That turns out to be the ace of spades. That turns out to be the 4 perfect royal flush. And keep in mind, we did all the shuffling and cutting. But you know what's even more amazing? These over here, turns out those are each and every one of the diamonds. And only the diamonds. These are each and every one of the spades and only the spades. Each and every one of the hearts and only the hearts. And each and every one of the clubs and only the clubs. You did fantastic. You're amazing. You're amazing. Double your salary. Welcome to the Legends Project. I'm Michael Lamar, and this is JC's Super Closer. Now you'll notice the deck is prearranged. You have 2 aces on top, any 2 aces, then all of the clubs, all of the hearts, all of the spades, the 4 jacks in any order, the diamonds, and then the 2 aces. Okay? Square that up, and when you take that out of the box, or if you're bringing this into play, you're going to create 4 piles. The first pile to your right is going to have the 2 aces, all of the diamonds, and the 4 jacks. Now, you don't want to thumb through like this looking at every card. You can pretty much just thumb right to that spot. So quickly thumb to the 4 jacks, set it down. Then the spades, set it down. Then all of the hearts, set it down. And that leaves the clubs and the 2 aces. That'll go over to your left. Okay? So now, in the first part of it, you're going to shuffle the far left packet. These 2 aces, I shuffle it to the bottom, and then I shuffle them back to the top. You just have to shuffle that packet and make sure these 2 aces stay on top, on your far left. You give this packet to the spectator to shuffle. Here he can shuffle all he wants because he's just shuffling hearts into hearts and can't do any damage. On the next pile, you give this to the spectator. They shuffle all they want, and they're just shuffling spades into spades. They can't do any damage. While they're shuffling the third packet, you're going to shuffle the 4 jacks to the bottom and bring the 2 aces to the top for this bluff production. So while you're saying shuffle all you want, just quickly 1, 2, 3, 4, that takes those jacks to the bottom. Then shuffle the 2 aces to the top. Okay, so now you have 2 aces on each end packet. And you're going to do this beautiful bluff production. As you set this down, you take the ace off of each end packet and move it to the center. Now you take these packets, slap it down, move it to one side, and you take the aces off of those packets again. So there's just a little confusion in order to cover the fact that all 4 aces came off the 2 end packets. As you show those, you're going to put those back down into that order that you started with, which is the clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds order. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. And now you're going to go into the Jean Fennell free cut principle, which is just an amazing thing. So you pick up the packet that's got the hearts and the clubs, and they're going to be jogged off center. So you take all of the hearts, put it behind the spades, which is 1 off from the hearts, all of the clubs behind the hearts, which is 1 off from the clubs. Now you're going to take the spades, place them behind the ace of diamonds, and the 4 jacks go behind the ace of clubs while you keep the diamonds. Okay? And this is such a convincing segment. I typically will have somebody from the audience do all of this. I want to see what this looks like myself, and I'll sit in the audience and just direct them. Say, take that first ace, place it face down here. Now this is what's amazing about the free cut principle. Here they really can shuffle all they want. It makes no difference whatsoever. They can cut 2, 3, 4. It makes no difference. Okay, as many as they want. Now the ace of hearts goes here, and they shuffle these all they want. All of those hearts into hearts, cut as many as you want onto the ace of hearts. Now the ace of spades, and they shuffle all the spades they want and cut as many spades onto the ace of spades as they want. Couldn't be more fair, right? Place the ace of diamonds here, and the whole time I've been kind of directing them with this packet and showing it shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. You place all of those right on top of the ace of diamonds. Now, when you pick these packets up, this is what's beautiful. You're really just putting the spades back together with the spades, so that nullifies that cut. Here you're putting the hearts back together with the hearts, so that nullifies that cut. Clubs back with the clubs, that nullifies that cut. So now you have your stacked situation with the 4 jacks on the bottom and the clubs separated, the aces separated by their suits and only their suits. Okay? So now you have to produce these 4 jacks. Okay? And to produce those 4 jacks, I use a Paul Harris production, this open production, which is really simple to produce the 4 jacks from the bottom. I just do a double fan, And as I brush like this, I'm just taking those jacks off at the bottom, like this, and spreading so that they seem to appear on top of the deck, or on top of the table, one at a time. And that's the 4 cards produced. I act as if those were supposed to be the aces, but they're the jacks. They're the jacks. And I put those in that clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds order that we started with, the 4 jacks. The jacks, all cards have a number. The jacks have a value of 11. Let's count down 11. And as you count down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't show those yet. I want to build that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, and these are all the rest of the cards from that suit as you put these back together. And so now what you have is this amazing setup to show the ace and the jack of clubs, the ace and the jack of hearts, the ace and the jack of spades, and the ace and the jack of diamonds. And just when they think that's the whole shooting match, you say, yes, but over here we have all of the diamonds and only the diamonds. Over here we have each and every one of the spades and only the spades, each and every one of the hearts and only the hearts, each and every one of the clubs and only the clubs. And the reason they call it JC's Super Closer is because why would you do anything else with a deck of cards after that? All right, as I take the deck towards myself, I'm going to thumb to the 4 jacks really quick so that I can set down all of the diamonds and the jacks, the spades, the hearts, with the ace of clubs here. As I shuffle these, I say, shuffle these all you want, and they're really just shuffling hearts into hearts. As I'm shuffling these, and I'm going to take that ace of clubs and hearts to the bottom, and then I just shuffle it back to the top. So now we have the 2 aces on top, on the far left. Shuffle this all you want, and as they're doing that, I'm going to reverse those to the bottom and bring these to the top. Shuffle all you want. Make sure that nobody knows the order of any of those cards. Not you, not me. Now the 2 aces are on top. Here's that beautiful bluff production. As you take the ends, place it to the center. Now take the ends, do this, and take the aces off the ends once more. And that gives you the 4 aces, clubs, hearts, spades, diamond order. Quickly put the hearts, the clubs, the spades, and the 4 jacks go over here. You retain all of the diamonds that I'll use to kind of illustrate with the shuffles. And I say, shuffle all you want. They're just shuffling clubs into clubs. Here, shuffle all you want. They're just shuffling hearts into hearts. Pull this ace of spades back. They're just shuffling spades into spades. And now you'll put all of the diamonds on top of the ace of diamonds. And when you pick these up, you're putting the spades back together with the spades. You're putting the hearts back together with the hearts. And you're putting the clubs back together with the clubs. That's the Fennell free cut principle. And now you're set with the 4 jacks on the bottom and the aces separated by their suits. So I have to produce those 4 jacks. So I do a double fan, and I just pull from the bottom. As 4 cards seem to appear, these turn out to be the jacks. And now you'll count 5, 10, 11, 5, 10, 11, 5, 10, 11, 5, 10, 11, and you've got the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds, but you've also got all of the diamonds and only the diamonds, all of the spades and only the spades, all of the hearts and only the hearts, and all of the clubs and only the clubs. You know, J.C. Wagner was a good friend of mine, and I did the original J.C. Wagner Super Closer exactly the way he did it for many years, but there's an element of it that can only be done in English. He would spell to the aces, A-C-E, H-E-A-R-T-S, you know, but since the aces spell with different letters, you used to have to do a displacement for one of the diamonds, for one of the clubs, and you know, while you're gesturing, you pick up a card and move it to another pile, and that sort of thing. So that's the reason I went for counting instead of spelling. This way, you don't have to do any displacements, and you can do it in any language. But the original, you would spell A-C-E-O-F-H-E-A-R-T, and C-L-U-B-S, and that sort of thing. So those of you who are familiar with the original and realize that there was a spelling component have noticed I've changed it to a counting component, and that way you can do it in any language. You know, J.C. Wagner may not have been a very big guy, but in the world of bar magic, he was a giant. And this was one of his truly great creations, so I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I have. And if you do, be sure to leave a review for all the things you find here at Penguin.